Hi, everybody.
Yo, what's up?
This is Alyssa.
This is Marlene.
And this is What's Your Favorite Scary Story?
Sheesh.
Yay. We have to
Round
just
of
clap.
applause. Yeah,
We have to clap for
fine,
ourselves every time.
We don't have like one of those like...
Because nobody else is going to do it.
Right, we also don't have one of those machines where you just like click.
Hit a button and you hear applause.
It goes boo, 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 boo.
We should get one of those.
We probably should, yeah.
No, because then you'll overuse it like crazy.
I mean, that's funny though, you know?
That's true.
Especially if we can add like ad-libs from like a meme or something, then we'll look into that.
Yes,
that'd be pretty cool.
We
to,
will.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are actually already looking into merch. I think that's going to be coming really, really soon.
We did have a talk about it before today's episode.
Uh-huh.
Today's recording happened because it's Tuesday, so technically tomorrow. Yeah, I guess it counts.
This week's episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's coming up. And I guess another life update. We put an offer on a house.
Yeah.
We found one we liked. Yay. Yeah, it's beautiful. It has like literally the perfect backyard for us. So much space.
And yeah, the kitchen is beautiful too. Like there's definitely a lot, like you said, a lot of space. It's like really awesome.
It's literally just like all trees like in the backyard too, which I love. It's not just like more houses.
Yeah, it's like kind of like nature enough. I don't want to say like the specific location,
right?
Because I don't want fucking
not
creeps
trying
and
to
shit.
Triangulate ourselves,
right? But it's like nice and outskirty kind of
corner house
town, you know. But yeah,
that's
it. Yeah,
it's exciting.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I love it.
We did not expect to like find one this fast, so
yeah, we kind of like went on like Zillow one day because we were like, how about we start like looking and stuff, and we're like, let's just drive by the homes and see like what we can find.
Yeah, we just kind of like got obsessed with like house hunting there for a little bit, and we didn't think it would like pay off that quickly,
but it worked out.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, it was like pretty quick, but
it's very exciting.
Yeah, it's super exciting. We should be able to close in
less than a month.
Yep,
just a few weeks, and then it's ours. It's crazy.
That's awesome. I love it.
Congrats, babe.
Congratulations,
Yay.
babe. We did it. We're adulting.
Look at that. I guess like another little life thing is yesterday was our anniversary.
Yeah. It's 4 years, bro.
Yeah, 4 years of dating, and then our next like anniversary of that, we're gonna be married.
Yeah, which is awesome. It's our
crazy.
last dating anniversary, which is like a little like sad and nostalgic, you know? It's like, we're like,
it's like this is a whole different like time in our life now.
Yeah, it's a whole different ball game
than
it's
when
like
we started
marriage,
dating.
You know? But
it's crazy. But yeah, so obviously we've been moving out here,
right,
and things have just been hectic. We just went back actually to California for this past weekend because Marlene's niece and nephew had their first communion, and she was her niece's godmother, so we had to be there.
And that whole time too was like
just go. So yeah, it's been a lot. So this year for our anniversary, we just decided to do like acts of service for each other, basically. Yeah. So I offered to steam every piece of Marlene's clothing because it got wrinkled up in the move, and I've been doing laundry and not putting things away right away.
And I was like, you know what, babe, that's a really great thank you. Yes, I would appreciate that.
I'm like in the middle of that. I've steamed like half her clothes, but Marlene offered to do something for me.
Yeah. So what I offered to do was I was like, you know what, babe, I know you put so much work into this podcast. I know that you fucking love, you know, she literally dedicates hours of her
like a whole day, to one episode.
So a whole 24 hours throughout the week to get these episodes out to you guys. Because all I do is like just sit back and relax and just come in with a commentary. But what Alyssa does is extensive research to make sure that everything's factual. She's her own fact checker. Like she like does the work. So I was like, you know what, babe? For this week, for our anniversary this year, I'll take care of the podcast situations, you know? Yep. I'll take the reins, and I was like, how about we do a little opposite day, and I'll do this week's research for this week's episode.
Yeah, so I have no idea what this week is on. It's not something that's been suggested by one of you guys. She was like, if I'm gonna do it, I'm picking my own story. I'm doing
my own story. I'm not gonna wait weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks until my story gets chosen, you know. So I figured if I'm gonna do this that's what we're gonna draw the line, you know. You accept this with my story or not.
Yeah,
okay?
So I have no idea what this episode is on, but like I was saying, like I'm not discounting her contribution to this podcast,
right.
But yeah, she gets to just sit here and kind of listen to the story and put her input in. So we got down here to record, and I'm like, I feel naked. I have nothing. I don't have like my notebook. I don't even need my glasses. I'm just sitting here with nothing. It was weird.
I mean, on top of just sitting here and adding commentary, I also do, you know, the technical production side of things.
You definitely contribute. I'm just saying for the recording process, like I'm not used to not needing anything and just sitting here with my headphones on.
Right. Yeah, I get it.
But it's nice. It's a nice little I got to relax my brain a little bit this week.
I get it.
So it's good. But before you get started, I do obviously all the usual things. We want to thank everyone listening that's been, you know, supporting this podcast from the beginning. If there's anything you do want to hear on a normal episode, make sure you send it in to whatsyourfavoritescarystory
at gmail.com.
At gmail.com. You know the one. And also, at the end of this episode, we are going to have another announcement. You're going to want to definitely hang on till the end to hear it. So, yeah, but without further ado,
here's me.
Go ahead and go ahead with your story, babe. Let's hear it.
Awesome. So, this story is different from all of yours, of course. And I think it's one of those stories that everyone kind of has heard about. You know, and especially like us millennials kind of thing. I feel like we've always heard of it. Maybe because you've like personally heard of it, or unknowingly you just stumbled upon something that mentions it.
Okay.
Right. But no one actually knows like the story. What's the word? Like the origin of where this thing
we'll see if I know it.
Kind of thing.
We'll see.
So that's why I thought it would be like a good story to tell, you know?
Right.
So when I was researching this story, I found a couple of things that made me realize like how often we like neglect or disrespect the stories or desecrate graves, maybe even the bodies of the deceased.
Right.
You know, and then we wonder why their soul isn't at rest.
Right.
Right? So this story is basically about like a sea captain who gave his soul to sailing. I know it's kind of weird. I'm pretty sure you probably didn't like think that I would choose a story like
not
this.
What I expected.
Yeah.
I have a guess.
Okay.
But we'll see if I'm right.
Yeah, just hold on to that
at
the end to see if it is what you assumed or not. Okay. So there's been kind of like an opera musical about this story.
Okay.
And so just to kind of give like a background of the story, it says that he was trying to reach the other, and this opera story, this rendition of this ghost story. This is like the opera's rendition of his story. So the opera basically says he was trying to reach the other side of the Cape of Good Hope, which is located on the southern tip, the very tip of the south of Africa.
Okay.
And it's so this Cape of Good Hope is like kind of like this island tail that extends out into sea. So he was trying to like do a round to get to the other side.
Got it.
And but he couldn't round it basically. So he like a storm caught him and just basically wrecked his ship, and he was just found dead. So he had sworn that until his judgment day that he would succeed and eventually do that turn around the tail of the Cape of Good Hope. So when he made that oath that until my dying day I will try to, you know, go around this kind of thing, whatever. So no one really heard him, but the devil heard him. And the devil heard, because it was like the stormy day, you know. And so the devil heard his oath, and so he was basically condemned to sailing.
Oh no!
Forever. Yeah.
That's another like stuck at work for the rest of eternity story. And it's like the worst kind.
Yeah,
that's
like
horrible.
at sea forever. So the only way he can get out of that was if he found his true love that swore and like declared herself faithful to him forever. That's the only thing that would break that curse.
Like True Love's Kiss?
Like True Love's Kiss.
Aww.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's pretty typical. Yeah. Like it's a pretty typical story.
Disney
line, you know?
story right there.
Yeah. Considering this is an opera take to this original story, right? So I say this is the original story because there are like different variations of it.
Okay.
And so that's like pretty much the basic version of it and like how the original story is known. But basically his ship crashed because of the storm, and I'll explain the rest of what he looks like and stuff. I just don't want to give out too much because it's kind of hard to find things about him as it is because it's not like
so this is
widely
are you gonna like
known story
reveal at the end or
I will reveal at the end.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, it's a little different than how I run things, but that's okay. We're switching things up a little bit.
Yeah, just because he's not really talked about and he plays such a small piece, and so now it's kind of known as like just folklore, you know?
Right.
So like back in like the 1700s, that's kind of where the story originates.
Okay.
So just like a quick little description of him. I mean, like I said, he's a sea captain, and so when he is seen right on like rainy, stormy nights out at sea, he has like this dirty neon green glow to him, and he has yellowed eyes and has a big scruffy beard.
Yeah, I think I know who this is.
So we've been able to like, so the people that have been able to see him also see him carrying a small satchel, and he just like appears to have like no feet. You know, he just has kind of like a ghostly like tail thing.
Okay.
So usually when he appears, it's after a quick cloud of smoke preceded by a big storm with thunder and everything is like pretty.
The theatrics.
Right. So he's known to steal souls and manipulating the area around him. So basically he makes things appear and disappear out of like basically thin air. And in other accounts, he seems to be able to grant wishes if he takes a liking to you.
Interesting.
So he has like just like magical kind of powers in a sense. Yeah, abilities.
Okay.
So if he makes a deal with you, it's almost like making a deal with the devil. So you kind of don't want to cross.
It's like the sea devil.
Right. Yeah. Okay. And because he's like the sea devil, he's usually known as like Neptune's enemy.
Oh,
you know? So he
that kind of makes, because Neptune's god of the sea, right? Or is that Poseidon?
It's probably Poseidon, but
in this story,
okay. It's Neptune's enemy. And so yeah, that's basically like a little basic, you know, thing that I've been able to find.
101 history. Right.
So so why is he so mean, right? Like, why is he soul snatching and like all these things? So he's known to be heard saying, "I'm going to steal your soul" when people see him.
That's terrifying. Yeah, like actually thinking about that, like coming out in the sea and like saying that.
Just imagine this green glowing apparition in front of you, saying like I'm. And this guy is tall, like tall, like like 100 feet
like,
tall.
Like, I was thinking like Slender Man, like a giant.
The ocean is huge, right? So like his soul is just fucking huge, you know. And yeah, he's just saying, "I'm going to steal your soul." And he can possess people's bodies.
Oh, shit.
And is basically, like, so destructive, he basically has, like, poltergeist abilities.
Wow.
So, I mean, considering he can make things disappear and reappear,
right.
He's just a
powerful energy, it sounds
entity,
like.
Yeah. That's mostly talked about in, like, sea lore, yeah, like sea folklore kind of thing. That's why most of us have never really heard of his story, but have heard of him, about him, right. You know. And so, well, it's said that when he died, they used his body that they found after the wreck and everything, that they used his body as a window display, which reminded me of the story of the mannequin from Mexico. Yeah.
What the
heck? Which was really creepy. Yeah.
But they actually did it. It's confirmed.
They used him as a.
For how long?
I don't know. I couldn't find him.
Oh my god!
But because they used him as such, he now, basically, his soul now haunts.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's horrible.
Because he was never put to rest. They just used him, kind of thing.
That's so messed up.
And yeah, it's kind of wild actually. But when I saw that, I was like, holy shit, this is the fucking mannequin story.
It is. What was it? La Pascualita.
Yeah. Yeah, because then you can see her skin, the mannequin from Mexico, her skin is just fucking old. I don't know.
Well, and that was kind of almost proven a little bit to not be true. We still think she's haunted,
right?
But the fact that, which by the way, that was our Mexican urban legends episode. You should go check it out after this. I think
3 episodes ago.
Yeah,
16 probably.
Yeah, I think so. But the fact that this just legitimately happened and it's not an urban legend or anything, they were just yep, we made him our mannequin.
Right?
The heck, that's crazy.
So yeah, he was never put to rest.
Clearly.
So he's also able to capture people, making them disappear before stealing their souls and keeping them. And where he keeps them is what's known as Davy Jones' locker, mentioned in an old folklore of 1726. And in the lore, it said that the locker is located at the bottom of the sea, which is where drowned sailors and wrecked ships descend to. Yeah. So there's not a lot of stories,
right?
First-hand accounts. It's kind of just more of an internet. I guess we'll take that back. It probably is an urban legend kind of stuff, because it's literally not. There's no solid evidence, and
right?
I feel it's hard because it was such a long time ago.
Yeah.
If this lore's from 17 something.
Not that many people are out in the middle of the sea able to have these experiences.
Right. So the people that were able to have an experience out on sea, sailors and stuff, there's this story of a sailor who had an experience, kind of a close experience, I guess you can say. And I'm just gonna tell this story. So this is kind of in the way it was written, how I found it online. So it says, there's a story of a captain. His name is Captain Eugene, and his story was told by his surviving crew. It says, now it's an internet story, so there might be a recreation of it somewhere online or on TV or in a book. But it says, Captain Eugene was famously known for loving jewels, doubloons, which is money, and everything shiny. He had found a map pointing to an island where the cursed treasure was. Shout out to Pirates of the Caribbean, because it kind of reminded me of that.
Yeah.
But after a few days stuck at sea and trying to find this lost island that was on the map, the captain had no luck. They found a smaller island where they docked to safely spend the night while they tried to reroute and see if the map was possibly older than they expected it to be, where it just kind of got them lost.
Right.
Considering, I don't know, storms making it impossible to reach certain places, or just redirecting them. So the night that they spent overnight, Captain Eugene had an encounter with the ghost, and he saw his green aura, his grimy look, and a dead look in his yellowed eyes. The ghost of the captain revealed that he knew what Captain Eugene was looking for, and that he would help him and the crew in exchange for something. Captain Eugene, desperately and feeling lost, was willing to trade anything for basically even pieces of bread at this point. So he made a deal and promised to give up his crew in exchange for finding the treasure. The ghost. Yeah, it's fucking wild.
That's messed up, Eugene.
Yeah.
Okay, bro.
So the ghost took his offer and sent the captain off to find the treasure. But the next morning, the ship was found on the other side of the island, with only the captain's naked body laying on the floor near the boat's bow, lifeless, clinging onto the map.
Oh my God.
They said his soul was condemned to 1 million life sentences in hell by the ghost of the sea for selling out his crew and his unfaithfulness.
Good. Like, that was messed up of him. I mean, the ghost... Okay, wait. Did the ghost ask him to do so, or did Eugene offer them up?
He offered them up.
Okay, yeah.
To find this...
That's messed up, bro.
This
you don't
treasure.
have anything else to offer?
He's just that greedy.
Some manual labor, like anything, like... You'd be nothing without your crew, man.
Well, because this ghost is like trying to find souls to steal. He's like just trying to eat all the souls. He doesn't care.
That's true.
You know? So, yeah, that's like the only story I was really able to like find of him.
Right. It does kind of sound like...
But I have still a couple of fun facts about him.
Right. It sounds like partially like urban legend, partially like ghosty.
Right. Kind of like
ghost urban legend.
Right. A ghost urban legend.
Okay, what are your fun facts?
So a fun fact about him is that he wouldn't like his ghost doesn't shave his beard, right? Because he has like this straggly, nasty fucking beard. And it's said that his beard grows back every 1,000 years, which is why his beard is so long and shaggy. And which also makes his apparition recognizable. Mm-hmm. So when you think you see him, you know you saw him. Right. You know? And some have seen him, just a small thing, some have seen him wear a monocle. Others say they've seen him in a sailor jacket, and only a sailor jacket and one sock on.
Huh.
It says that he seems to be very emotional besides being angry and vengeful. It says that some who have seen him have said that he's fond of his clothes, I guess because he's just like naked half of the time. But it like that, let's see, saying that he moans about his outfit, which he last wore before he was put into mannequin clothing. So there's this treasure hunt board game named after him, where there's a replica of the treasure chest where the sailors were trying to find, where the players are basically playing a Candyland version to get to the treasure first, where X marks the spot. And the last fact I have here is that when he slept, he would repeatedly snore out, "I'm the Flying Dutchman. I'm the Flying Dutchman." And that's the story of the Flying Dutchman.
So, were those fun facts just all straight up from SpongeBob?
Everything is from SpongeBob.
Everything?
Yeah. None of this is real. I just made all this up.
Fuck, babe, I hate you. I was gonna... Because I was gonna bring up, like, oh my God, there's no way, like, Eugene, like, because Eugene Krabs from SpongeBob.
That's Mr. Krabs.
I was like, what a coincidence. And then you said the one sock thing, so I thought that might have just been like a joke from SpongeBob.
The one sock goes on his ghostly tail. Okay, so I was like, you know what the fuck would be a good, like, little scary story? And then I was like, so most of this, there is a Flying Dutchman, but that's known as the boat. The boat is the Flying Dutchman.
Right. You're right.
It's the ship, I guess you can say.
I didn't think, oh my God, I like totally thought there was like an actual like ghost thing.
And there is an opera based off the Flying Dutchman, and that's the story of that. I gave the origin of the story. And the little facts are from SpongeBob. I got all of this from SpongeBob.
You did good, though. Your story was really good. I believed your story. Like, when you said Eugene, and I was like, oh my God, what a coincidence. And oh my God.
So let this be a lesson to everyone out there that you can make your own cryptid urban legend. You know, you can just get an idea of something, cross something like the Mothman, cross something like cat, lizard, and just make a scary story and just post it everywhere on the internet, and eventually someone will believe it.
No, well, because that's actually a thing that the podcast I listen to for like one of them did it for the other's birthday. They like did a cryptid, and it was literally all just about their co-host.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
It was so funny, and the person didn't get it till like 3/4 of the way through.
That would be me, though.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you can pull shit off like with me like that.
Yeah, I definitely
But I feel like
could.
you would have caught on if I did something like that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. That's why I was like, let me just like still do like, because the Flying Dutchman, like, I just croaked. The Flying Dutchman is like legit.
Yeah, it's like
so
a thing.
I was like, okay, so I feel like I can like sneak this in.
I thought you were just doing it on the Flying Dutchman. Damn, babe, that's funny. I love you.
I love you, babe.
Thanks for letting me not have to do research this week. It's much appreciated.
I figured let's just make it fun, you know?
It was fun.
Yeah. I hope it was still a little, like, if obviously it's not creepy, but I hope it was interesting.
It was still spooky, like, in the beginning at least.
Right.
And it was interesting.
Right.
It was.
Well, I hope you liked it.
No, I definitely did. It was a fun one.
Okay, good.
And still kind of spooky. And I would say, like, because it is like an urban legend. You just took the facts from SpongeBob.
Right. So it's like none of it's real. All of this is a legend, and it comes from already existing story. I'm not claiming any of this to be original.
No.
So I just want to make it clear.
None of this is original. I find this information like on the internet for my story.
Right,
so.
but you give a little twist to it,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah, I put my little Alyssa touch on it, I guess. You put that, I would say using SpongeBob is putting Marlene touch on it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
100%.
Yeah.
But before we go, if you remember, I did say that you guys would want to hang on till the end here because we have a little announcement.
We're pregnant. I'm kidding.
No.
We're not.
Pregnant with Binks, who's already been born, my cat, but that's about it. But I don't know, for those of you who have been with us from the beginning, at least the episode, Marlene's first episode with me, I mentioned how I was trying to convince her to go somewhere with me, and I succeeded. So this Saturday, her and me and my mom are going to spend the night in the Conjuring house. Yay! Oh, no claps for the Conjuring house.
No.
She's scared.
Of course
but
I'm
it's
scared.
Okay.
Who would not be scared?
I'm scared too. I'm just also very excited. This is kind of like a dream come true for me. And I'm stoked. But yeah, we're going on a little road trip from Tennessee over there. It's in Rhode Island. And while we were over there, we figured, since it's literally like an hour away, we are, she was sipping on her beer. We are also going to go and do just like a 2-hour little ghost hunt thing at the Lizzie Borden house. And then we are going to drive up to Salem because Marlene's never been to Salem, Massachusetts. So we just thought we'd make a whole little like road trip out of it. But the Conjuring one I'm super excited about because we're, like I said, we're spending the night. So basically we're gonna have a tour guide with us. We get there around like 7 p.m. and it like includes a pizza dinner and everything, and then they're gonna give us a tour of the house, and then we have the guide with us until like 1:30 a.m. and we get to do some like investigating and everything, and then from 1:30 a.m. to 8 we basically just like have the house and property to ourselves. And so we're bringing like the like ghost hunting equipment that we have, and I don't know, I think it's gonna be cool. I think it's gonna be an awesome experience. I am scared, I'm not gonna lie, like it's a scary thing. It's one of the most haunted places in the world, but it was just like too cool to pass up and not that expensive, so I think it was worth it. But
I think it'll be fun. I'm just like a scaredy cat, even though I love spooky stuff.
It's understandable. Like I totally get it. I think my excitement is equal to my scaredness, so they're kind of fighting it out.
I think my scaredness always surpasses like my excitement.
I get it.
But I'm still excited for it. I'm not like fucking like I'm not terrified. Mm-hmm. But I think it'll be fun. That's why I was like, yeah, fuck it. And then there's those days when I really think about it and I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
And then I have those other days where like I just need a little bit of like adrenaline and excitement, and then I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, you know?
We're doing that.
Yeah, we're fucking doing it. And it's usually things that, you know, I gotta do that bring me excitement, like buying a pack of 151 Pokemon cards, getting a tattoo, going to haunted places, like just something adrenaline rush.
Right. I brought in the haunted places into your life. I brought that part in. Right. But it's something different. And you're always proud of yourself after you do these things,
yeah,
too,
because a lot of people would normally not spend the time over at one of the notoriously haunted...
Right.
A notoriously haunted house like that. And it's like, well... You know,
it's going to be a cool thing to say we've done in our life.
Yeah, that's cool. Who gets to say I've spent overnight at the Conjuring house? Like, no one.
Yeah, so that's really exciting, and we will definitely share everything with you after we visit it.
So we can't record.
No videos.
Like, we can't record videos, but I'm hoping I can at least capture a few, like, audio things here and there.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
And we'll definitely tell you any stories we have. I'm sure we can do, like, pictures and whatnot, but they're pretty strict with their social media type things.
Which also makes me wonder why.
Right.
Like I said, I'm a skeptical believer.
Yeah.
So I'm really skeptical on a lot of things, including places that we go to like that. And
which, I mean, you're supposed to be as a ghost hunter.
Right.
You know?
So that's a part of, like, why I'm not totally scared. I'm not saying fucking scare the shit out of me and make me think I'm fucking, I have something attached to me. Like, I'm not saying anything like that, because I know that's definitely a possibility. I'm just saying, like, how do they spook up these places, Because the Winchester's also known as a haunted place, and when I visited, it was the nicest
experience ever.
Beautiful. It's just a beautiful experience.
And it's crazy because that house is on, like, multiple lists of, like, most haunted places in the world, and I'm like,
and that's why I love that we go to these haunted places,
right,
without trying to make it creepy. We have no reason to make it creepy,
right? We just want to experience what it's like
and see, okay, yeah, it is creepy or it is haunted. I'm not trying to, like, do it for content like I feel like a lot of people do. I'm just there, like, okay, I want to see if it is creepy or not.
Yeah, we're genuinely just interested.
Which is funny, because I feel like when people and content creators go to these haunted places and they're like, oh, maybe we can find something that we can include in our video that's spooky and will capture our audience. It's like, right, but what you also want to prove is whether it is as haunted as people say it is. Not trying to invite anything, like I said, because I know words are very powerful.
Yeah.
And, the other side knows intentions too. Yeah. But I'm just here to say, like, I just love that we can go to these places, see whether it's haunted or not, without asking for anything to show itself. Like, just
we go in really respectful. Yeah. We make sure everything stays where it is when we leave, just in case.
Right.
We set our boundaries, and,
which is crazy too, because from what I've seen of the Conjuring house, the real one that we're going to visit, is that they have, like, an Annabelle doll,
a replica,
respectfully a Robert doll too. And I say respectfully because it's been known to
get a little angry,
and, like, curse people and stuff. So it's kind of, like, creepy what we're walking into, but we'll be fine. We'll be good. We're, like Alyssa said, and like we always say, we're going in respectfully, but I'm excited. I'm excited to go experience it and talk about it,
and just be there, because we've always been so interested in the Conjuring universe, like the real life happenings of all of this, and so it seemed right for us, like.
Yeah, so I guess we'll see.
Those are our big life goings on.
There's a lot going on right now, and it's funny because, like, I feel like it's such a stationary time. Like now that we're back in Tennessee, we're over everything that was on our plate to, like, take care of. Now we're back, and we even got we're, like, in the process of getting the house, finishing that paperwork. All we're doing is literally vacationing for the next 3 weeks
before we get our life
and
back on track.
So, like, the quiet days in between that are, like, 3 Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of thing, I feel like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, I should be doing something, and it just goes to show, like, how, like, in general, traumatizing work can be.
For real.
Because, like, you feel like you have to be doing something right now.
Like,
holy shit, I'm not making $100, $150. I'm not making $200 today.
Well, and
like, how the fuck,
It's because, when we're working, that's the majority of our day, because then the other majority is sleeping, and then it's, like, those few hours we do have, that's when we have to get, like, our things done in our life that need to be done. So now we have more time for those kind of things, like cleaning it takes a little tiny chunk out of your day because the rest of the day we're not doing anything.
Or just like doing the things that you like to do.
That too, like, but I meant like responsibilities and stuff.
Right, taking care of your responsibilities, but also like I love playing video games, and I feel like right now, this moment, even though we're home alone, like if I play video games, I feel guilty doing it because I'm literally wasting my time doing absolutely nothing but something that just makes me happy. And it's just so sad. I'm just saying it's so sad.
No, it is sad that we feel that way, but it is like what else are you supposed to be doing right now? Like there isn't anything.
Watching TV.
Exactly.
So it's like
at least you're doing something that activates your mind.
Right, and it's just the quiet times that it's like, fuck, dude, like we really need to start doing quiet time more often, where it's like normal to take a mental day off without feeling like, oh, you need a mental day? Right. Okay, you fucking loser.
Yeah, like before we moved out here, we left our jobs to have time to do everything we needed to do, which we were taking that time to do that, and then we were also taking time to just do anything we wanted to do there, like going into all the theme parks we loved and like just going out and doing things like that, where I literally it got to the point where we were doing so much. I had one day during that whole month and a half where I was able to do nothing, and I wasn't relaxed. It wasn't relaxing for me because I just felt like a slug and like gross, and like I should be doing something else, and I didn't enjoy my one day off.
Right.
So
that's how it goes.
It is sad.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have a lot going on. We have those 3 places we mentioned we're going, and then after that, when we get back, literally another 3 days later, my mom and I are going to Savannah, Georgia for like 5 days or something. So
I was like, there's... What? I'm sorry.
No, nothing. I mean...
I was just saying, like, there's no fucking way I'm coming back home after the fucking Conjuring and being in this, like, 2-storied fucking creepy basement. With respects to Diane, it's a beautiful house, but it's just bigger than I'm used to.
Yeah.
And it's like... Bro, holy shit, you're telling me I'm going from a fucking haunted house to coming back to a big house
and you're
alone?
not used to, like, being alone either.
Or being in a big house.
Or in a big house, so it's going to be, like, double whammy. Yeah, so my mom and I are going to Savannah for, like, 5 days, so it's, like, more spooky things, which we're just going on a tour. We're not investigating anywhere, but I'll still let you guys know about the trip and everything. But, yeah, poor Marlene is going to stay here and take care of Binks. But this was I think like my birthday present from my mom from January, that we were gonna go on a trip together.
She deserves it.
Just the two of us, because I haven't lived in the same state as my mom for like, I swear, like
5 years.
5 years, but then tack on top of that, I lived with her in the house in California before I moved into the condo for maybe a year after college, and then college was like 3.5 years.
Right.
So we just need some quality time to,
and that's fine,
reconnect and whatnot.
That's why I was like, you know what? Even when we came to Tennessee, like the first full day here, Alyssa was like, "It's Mother's Day.
Yeah,
like, is it okay if like my mom and I go for it?" I'm like, "Go. Like, you guys can go alone." I totally get it.
Yeah,
like it's your time with your mom. Like, I understand how sacred it is.
Mom.
I get it, but we're doing these couple of things, like the third time we say it, but we're doing these couple of things. We'll keep you guys updated. We'll share stories. We'll record things.
Yeah.
And we're just fucking excited for it.
I'm so excited. It's like, this is like the fun trips. I mean, like I loved like getting to see your family one more time before committing to being out here. It felt like a little bit more of like a responsibility trip.
Right.
And this is just like vacationing.
Yep.
And so I'm excited.
Yeah. So technically in that, when you guys are gone, that still is like my full vacation week.
Right.
So
you need to relax, man.
I'm definitely taking advantage of that time too, and just like maybe finally get back to some music.
Yeah, that would be a good time for that.
I also picked up like tattooing.
Oh yeah.
So I've been like practicing that. So
she put a dot on our fingers, and mine's still here. Is yours?
It's still there, yeah, but it takes a couple days to like. But yeah, I exchanged the tattoo machine for a camera with my brother, so.
Yeah, you'll definitely be stuck on that for a little while, which is good.
I already am.
Save us some money on tattoos, babe.
You know what? Actually, for the third day working on it,
You're
yesterday.
Good.
I turned out okay.
I mean, you're really good at art, so it makes sense.
That's
but
why when people would be like, "You'd be a really good tattoo," I'd be. I was like, oh,
but it is a whole different ball game. But she also just picks things up really quick, no matter what it is, anything artistic.
Yeah, I feel like for some reason I'm just good at artsy shit.
Yeah,
and I love that about me.
Me too.
Yeah, that's one of my strengths for sure.
You're so talented.
Thanks, babe. I think that's why she fell in love with me, guys.
Probably.
You know what?
Because I'm artistic, but I'm not as talented as she is. So
right, I feel like.
But yeah, our assistant Binks is telling us it is time to wrap it up.
Okay,
is there anything before we wrap it up?
I have the colito left of my beer, so I want to take it with the audience.
Okay, they can cheers with you, and I'll cheers with my coffee.
Okay, before our conjuring trip.
Right. Let's all cheers for good luck for us.
Yeah.
Okay,
right,
1, 2.
Pa arriba.
Oh.
Go ahead.
What?
Pa arriba.
Pa arriba.
Pa abajo.
Pa abajo.
Pa el centro.
Pa centro.
Pa dentro.
Pa dentro.
That was good.
Please protect us in your thoughts and in your hearts.
Azul.
Mancada privada.
That's from Bridesmaids.
Bridesmaids. I'm not that horrible at Spanish, I promise.
Yeah.
But yeah, we will see you guys next week. And until then,
stay spooky.